How you doing, guys? It's LSP, day 28 of my challenge to take a small account to a big account, 22nd of February, I think. Unless we've gone over, no, it's not midnight yet, so yeah, 22nd of February. So yeah, man, pretty cool day, guys. Pretty cool day. Balance currently sits at 131.75, so we've gone below what I started on. But again, I'm going to preface this video by saying this is my own personal journey, not trade advice, and it is with the intention of showing what beginning traders go through and how frustrating trading can be. And this is real. This is real trading. This is the this is what it's like to start with a small amount. Most people don't have a couple of thousand, or 1,000, or even 500 sometimes. They'll throw a couple of £100 in an account, and it becomes their nice little building account, and they try to do all of these things, and this is what you come up against. It's just how it is. This is just trading. Now, obviously, I'm over trading, to be fair, on this account. I've done like over, I don't even know on my FX book, but the last time I checked, it was like 70 trades or 60 trades, whatever it was. It's quite a lot of trades. So I am over trading on this account, but there's a reason for it, and I've explained all those reasons in a previous video, so I'm not going to go into those again. But it's really important, like I said, to kind of really get a feel and a sense for what it's like to be a beginning trader, and to really pay attention to the things that I'm talking about, because I'm not showing something that isn't real. I'm not showing something that's fictitious. I'm not showing something that's in hindsight, after the fact. I'm showing something as it happens, and then reviewing it afterwards and saying, guys, this is what happened. And today's examples are going to be brilliant, like for me to basically illustrate what it's like and the frustration of fucking trading and why it's so damn hard, as you're going through that trading journey, to stick with it, because shit like this happens and it drives you up the fucking wall. And it's not that it happens, it's what happens after that. When you're in that moment and you're frustrated, you were up, you should have took some profits, or you were up and you got stopped out and then it went in your direction. All of this stuff is real. This shit happens to traders, and a lot of people don't talk about this stuff. They talk about the trades they talk about the losses they talk about all of this stuff. They don't talk about what's actually happening while a person's actually in a trade. I'm going to be breaking down these trades that I took today, and show you like the full dimension of what actually happened, and the actual context of the trade itself. It was, got this consolidation here at the beginning of the week. Tuesday we have this really nice rip up, and we're creating higher highs, and then higher highs and higher lows. It's really nice pop into a weekly high, so it takes out last week's high. Get this nice reversal, nice pop, nice drop, sorry, and then we get like swing lows taken out, another swing low down here is taken out. Get this decent pop back up, and I like rejection, guys. This is what I like to look for. This here. And at this point when I open the first trade, this is a failure swing, because this high here, lower high, failed to continue going higher and take out this high. So this is classed as a failure swing, and it's a complete reversal of the move. So just imagine this is one bar up, one bar down. And I open the first trade. Let's get rid of these as well. Okay, and sorry if the fan has just kicked in, but I open my first trade here. Starts to go in favour. I open a second trade, add to the position, I add again. First one I take out a little bit of profit here, and then it starts to move in my favour. We're getting a little bit of whipsaw. It goes all the way down. Now really think about this, guys. I was up at one point 120 pips, okay, and I still didn't take any profit, because the context of this trade is this. I want to build a position. Let's come out one more actually. I wanted to build a, sorry, these are just open trades, but I wanted to build a position sizable enough for the account size that I have to, get a good sort of 200 plus pips, 270-ish pips, okay, and add a nice chunk to the account basically, because I firmly believe, as I said, it's going to hit 146.90, and sorry, what was I going to say? Yeah, sorry, 146.90, and I have a bearish bias. I'm expecting it to go down there. Weekly looks great. Had some really nice rejection, so it gets up there, it breaks the weekly high from last week, rejects, and we'll probably, like I said, we're going to get some follow through. I honestly believe we're going to get some follow through. We're going to take out this area here. When I say take out, I just mean it's going to take the stops down there. But go back to the hourly. So the context for me is bearish, and I'm as a scalper, yes, it's very difficult for me to hold on to trades and to be up 120 pips. For me personally, that's pretty insane. On my normal account, I'm never up 120 pips. I can tell you, sorry guys, I'm never up 120 pips. You know, on my normal account, never have been. You know, it's 20 pips here, 30 pips there. I think the most I've ever made in one trade on that particular account was a CAD Japanese yen trade on a long. I think I did like 64 pips. I think it was. Yeah, 64 pips. Yeah, it was 64 pips, and then I had a trade while in this challenge actually at 54, if I remember, on this. No, sorry, it was on cable. It was a 54 pip trade. But like I said, you know, being up 120 pips, I've got the bigger picture in mind, and you know, I'm fighting to just leave the trade open. I'm checking my phone, I'm leaving the trade open. I'm like, okay, look, everything's going cool. But as it's moving up and down, remember, put yourself in the shoes. I'm putting myself in the shoes of a beginning trader and what it's like to go through this stuff. So you guys can physically see it on the chart. You can see the trades that I'm taking. I'm not hiding any trades. You can see them. And all you have to do is go to my FX book, which at the minute, as I said, the numbers are completely screwed up. You're going to see that. It's a very small account, and I am a very aggressive trader. And I've said this over and over again. I've got balls of steel, man. So you'll see that the equity curve's like nice and steady, and then we get a bit of a drop, and then it's just like, it's a bit of a drop, and we've dropped below that sort of starting equity balance now. So we're gonna have to start grinding it higher again. But while you're going through these trades, you're going through the emotions of, I'm up, it's looking good, it's going to go to the moon. Remember, beginning traders, beginning traders haven't been trading for that long. Who started with a small account and they're trying to build their account. And they think they're going to buy a Lamborghini in a couple of years, right? Or tomorrow in this case. A couple of years is quite logical thinking. But beginning traders, they're going to take over the world, and they're up 120 pips. They're over leveraged. Life is great, right? But then it starts to come up, and you're experiencing that. Oh man, the figure down here at one point was 28 pounds, give or take, 28 pounds and change. And when it was down here, imagine you're a beginning trader, you're over leveraged, you've got maybe, a 0.5 lot on all of these positions, you were lucky enough to be in this still, and you're up, say, something meaningful, £90, £110, say, let's call it 100 quid, you're up 100 quid at this point. And then it starts to go against you, and now you're only up 50 quid. And you're like, fuck's sake, man, I was up £100, and now I'm down £50. And you make the mistake and you're like, I'm getting out of the market. Okay, so you take that £50. Okay, but then you start thinking, but I had 100. Why didn't I just take it at 100? And you tug of war back and forth. You want that extra £50, which doesn't even exist anyway, but you want it. And that's just one of 100 things that can go through your mind, and 100 scenarios just in this one day alone. For me, it went down there, it went up, rejected, lovely. It goes up again, rejection. I'm happy. I'm expecting some follow through. Nope. It starts to follow through. Then we get rejection again. Follows through to the upside. Okay, gets into this sort of area, and it's at this point I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to put a hard stop in. Man, I couldn't make this shit up, guys. Like literally, you can see it. I put a hard stop in. Man, go. If you don't believe me, go to my FX book and have a look at the trades. Hard stop. Okay, 149.44 on a hard stop on all three open positions, because this one I took a 16 pip profit on. So I've got these three positions, and I put a hard stop at 149.44. I know that if I get stopped out at this point, I'm still going to be up a pound or so, or £2 on the trade. I'm happy with that because it's practically a break-even trade, no problem. And I'm looking for that bigger target in mind, yeah? To the fucking pip. Straight up there, tags all three stops. And this is why I love this trade so much, man, because it's almost like this trade happened precisely to illustrate this point of the market is out to get me. How can you not think that? As a beginning trader who's not been trading that long, doesn't really understand the market, how it works, how it moves around. Sorry guys, I've got itchy ears. really bad allergies. You know, how the market moves around, you know, and you see some shit like this, and you're going to lose your shit. What the fuck? Fucking hell. It came right up there and it took my stop and then it reversed. And now it's all the way back down to almost 75. I would have been £75 up. What the, yeah, you know. This can send people over the edge, man. Like, this can really send people over the edge. And again, that's just one. That's the second example of hundreds and hundreds of ways that, man, this back and forth, this tug of war, you know. And I've only just started talking about this, really. I mean, I could do a 3-4 hour video of all the things that go through people's minds and the shit that they have to go through, like when they're going through all of these trading examples, like in these tradings, like this, you know, these live trades that they take. There's so many different things, you know. And I've listed here some things that we can learn from the trade, which I'll go through in a second. But you know, you have to learn. Like for me, it was just a scratch trade, and I remember like when I looked at the phone this afternoon, I'm like, yeah, you know, got stopped out, yeah, whatever, you know. I was a little bit peeved. I was like, fuck's sake, man, do you know what I mean? It's like, really, because obviously this bothers anybody, man. It's like getting pocket aces and they get cracked, you know, when your head's up against, you know, another opponent in poker, you know, and like you've got the odds, do you know what I mean? And then some idiot goes in with like, I don't know, fucking 7-4, you know, offsuit, and they crack you, and you're like, oh my god, really? Like, you're gonna get pissed off. But professionals will say, shit happens, right? Of course it's gonna happen from time to time. For me, I looked at it, yes, this up candle, you know, at the time when it tagged me, yeah, I was like, motherfucker. Now, obviously, I didn't know this. But then when I looked later and I saw this, I was like, really? And I kind of chuckled to myself. I'm just thinking, do you know what? It is what it is. And, you know, I know that at the time, I've got a small account. I'm still building it. It's no big deal. There's hundreds of trades that I can take, you know, and I'm still in the game on this account, on this challenge account. Still in the game. So that was my thought process. Having been around long enough to know, do you know what, this is no big deal, right? But, you know, as a beginning trader, you're going through that experience, that tug of war, that fucking, you motherfucker, do you see what I mean? You're going through that while you're in the trade, you know. Anybody can look at a chart afterwards, man, and just say this, that. But when you're in the trade and experiencing that tug of war, that sick feeling, that gut-wrenching, there you go, I've just got my other order tag, perfect, and getting that gut-wrenching, what? Yeah, I'll pop it down there because basically, I'll just explain something really quickly. I am obviously expecting this to come back down, and I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to be monitoring this as a live trade. But if I go to bed, I'll put hard stops in just above here, around about sort of 149.20ish, give or take, about 20 or 30 pips. But the reason I'm doing this is because if I move away from the computer, and for whatever reason it's sort of down here, whatever, and it tags it, if this is open, I'll get the notification on my phone, and I'll know that we're close to tagging the next one. But that tug of war, that, you know, mind-numbing, annoying, horrible feeling that it was this and now it's this. I went through that and now it's that. You know, you have to experience all of that, obviously, but if you don't learn from that and find a way to find a balance in your psychology, you will never. This is why trading's so hard. What I'm experiencing now, with the ups and the downs and the different scenarios that can happen, the losing control. That's what stops traders from making money in the marketplace. That's what stops traders, you know, from getting past their psychological biases and getting to the point where they're consistently profitable, getting to that end goal, getting to that end game, because it takes such a toll on you emotionally, you know, that it's hard to come back from that, man. It's like starting a business, man. You put your heart and soul into it for a couple of years, you know, and it's doing okay, but it never really gets off the ground, and then you start to struggle and things get a little bit shitty and it's whatever. It takes its toll on you to the point where you're just like, you know what, it's just not worth it. You know, the business isn't making any money. You know, it hasn't been for a year. fuck it, I'm going to close the business, because sometimes you just got to do that. And that's what people get to. Not these traders, traders in general. They try their hand at trading, they go through the full cycle of making money a little bit, and then starting on this horrendous losing streak, refunding, blowing account after blowing account, until you just can't take it anymore. And a lot of these traders don't learn. They don't sit down and go, wait a minute, what could I have done differently? Maybe I could have taken partial profits, number one. Maybe I should have taken a fixed target. Maybe this should be one of my rules. 30 pips. I'm taking 30 pips every time. If it gives it to me, I'm taking it. Stop at break even. Maybe I could have reduced my lot size. Instead of opening 2 positions, maybe I can just, 4 positions. Maybe I can just, I put a rule in place that only allows me to open 2. I mean, obviously, discipline is required as well. You've got to follow through on these things. But maybe, I can only ever have two lots open in any one trade, or use a lower lot size relative to the account. So, for example, let's say, for argument's sake, this is the lowest I can do on this particular account, but let's say it was 0.2 positions. So 0.2, 0.1, 0.20 times 4, obviously. This one, and so this, and this. And I'm doing some analysis after the trade. I'm learning from my trade. I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to put a rule in place that halves the size. If I want 4 lots open, then I'm going to reduce the size. Or maybe I could mix and match. Maybe I could say, well, I can only ever have 2 lots open in any one position. Great. And I'm going to reduce the size to half. So instead of using 20s, I'm going to use 10s. All of these things, they allow you to modify your plan going forward, to modify, and not to modify, but to give you something clear to work with, something clear to work towards as you're going forward with all of these things. And you get some results, you break them down, you break down your trades. Was I in this trade correct? Was it in my favor? Was it working? Should I have been in this trade? Is there anything I could have done differently? And then you go on to the risk. Did I risk too much? Should I have risked less? Then you go on to the money management side. Could I have taken any money quicker? Should I have taken any money? Maybe I should have brought my stop, to a different point. Was I too aggressive with my stop? For example, I'll tell you this. Let's say that we say only 2 lots, and this is something that we decide going forward. Just imagine that these 2 trades weren't open, okay? Because I had that one I took off, so I had 3 positions open. But let's say I never took these 2. I never added these 2 positions, and I've only got this one here and this one here. My break even is around about there, midpoint. Had I only had 2 positions open, as a hypothetical, right? Had I only had 2 positions, 2 lots open on this one trade, instead of having 4, my break even's higher, okay? Which means when I put the stop in, I wouldn't have calculated the stop the way I did to have it here on 4 positions, or at the time 3 positions, because it was 3 open positions. I would have put it here, which means I would have still been in this particular trade. Yeah. So there's another little scenario. There's so many different variables and so many little things that you can change, to improve on your trading. But you have to go through this stuff, man. And this is real. This is what traders go through, And I'm just really glad this happened today. I'm really, really pleased it happened, because the whole point of me doing this challenge, and it's very difficult for me to explain why until 5, 6, 7 months down the line, when people who have been watching this journey from now at the beginning going all the way through to, say, 2 or 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line, that's when you're going to look back and go, yes, now I understand why LSP did this. I know why he started this challenge, because nobody else has done it. Nobody else is real. In the response, I said that wrong. My apologies. Nobody else has shown the real side of trading. This shit that happens. You saw my equity curve, guys. It was going up nicely. I was happy, no problem. But the aggressive nature of me trading this account, or me trading this account in the aggressive nature that I'm trading it in, is putting the account under strain that it doesn't need to be under. But Again, this is very difficult for me to explain because it sounds, I don't want it to come across as the wrong way. But don't get me wrong, I'm not deliberately opening positions because I want people, I want to say, see, this is what traders do. It's really not what it is. All of the trades that you see me take, I take these trades. I would have taken them anyway, but I wouldn't have taken as many. No way. No, I don't. Like I said, I don't do that on my normal account. So there's quite a few of the trades that I wouldn't have taken because once I make my money on my normal account, I walk away. I'm happy. I've got a weekly quota, and I don't make it every week, but on the month I'm up. I'm happy with that. But you have to. Oh man, I've lost my train of thought again. No, it's gone. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. My brain is just gone. I'm literally running on fumes right now. I'm absolutely exhausted. I keep saying this. I know you guys have heard me say I'm exhausted. I'm really exhausted. Right, man, I literally got like an hour's sleep last night on the couch. 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I've got a lot going through my mind, but just want to show realism, guys. I want to show, an honest account of what it's like as a beginning trader, and even some intermediate traders. What it's like for them to go through the shit phase of learning to trade. And I'm going to quickly throw this in there as well. Not now, but in a maybe halfway through the year, I'm going to show you guys something which I think you'll find interesting. I can't go into it now, but I'm going to show you something which I think you'll find interesting. But I have to wait till then because I need you to see all of this first on this challenge account, and then come sort of August time when things start to slow down, I'll go into some other stuff. But again, this is not about me. This is about the people that are watching these videos, and I really hope to dear God that people are learning stuff from these videos, because too many traders are losing money so unnecessarily, and even the ones that are losing money which is necessary for them to learn, they're not learning from. They're not learning from them. So I'm going to call it a day, guys, and get rid of this shit as well because it's all over my charts and I don't like it. And I'll keep you updated as normal, guys. I'm just expecting a, sorry, I think like from where we're at now, it's around about 30 pips up, like between 30 and 40 pips. It's just on these, and again, 149.20 to 149.25 roughly is where I'm going to be putting my stop on these positions on all three. This one, and this one. If I don't start to get some movement in my favour, or if I end up going to bed, then I'm going to be putting a hard stop in. But I'm really happy with this trade. It's a mini failure swing down here. I've had some really nice rejection off this hourly candle. Just had to check there if it was the hourly candle. Nice little rollover, small little retracement, going into the Asian session where things should start to pick up for the yen currency as an Asian currency, or Asian session currency. And we're creating this kind of lower high now. Got about 3 minutes into to midnight. We'll get the next candle, and I'm just expecting a nice little drop. Not looking for anything spectacular, but just a nice little drop here. So I'll keep you posted on this trade as well, and you'll see it in the review video. So that's me, guys. I know it's a pretty long video, but I hope you learned something from it, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow in video 29. Alright, guys, so take care. Have a great evening. I'll see you soon.